Hey everybody, look at that. That's what I'm doing today. Ciello, Rosso, Nero, Sicilia, 2019, 2019. Yeah, right, yeah. This is something I'm super excited about. Actually, I haven't even bothered to read the front label here. Vendemmiato nella prima decade di settembre. So harvested in the first like 10 days of September 2019. I love Sicily. Like, that's not news to anybody, I hope. So I'm always excited to get my hands on more Sicilian wine because I love Sicily, and there are amazing wines from Mount Etna. There's amazing wines from all over the place, but like, it's hard to get really cool wines from other parts of Sicily. Either because like there are other parts of Sicily that just don't have like a real reputation for wine, and so all the people there make wine, you know, like make bulk wine. There's a fair amount of like industrial, like mass-produced wine that comes from Sicily, and obviously that's not very exciting to me. I'm looking for cooler, more interesting stuff that has character, that tastes like where it comes from. So whatever, I'm always looking for stuff, and I've been trying to corner the market on awesome wines from Mount Etna, and I think I've been very successful actually at it. Just had a crazy collection of Frank Cornelissen wine arrive yesterday, and last week, the week before, I don't even know. Everything's a blur. I picked up an importer called Hootenanny. I got their wines, and they imported wine from Vino Diana on Mount Etna, and I made a video about the Don Alfio Etna Rosso. This is something else that I got from Vino Diana, from Hootenanny, but it's connected to Vino Diana. So this inexpensive, fun little Nero d'Avola, this comes from over by Marsala, over in between like Palermo and I forget the other town, Trapani, that this is sort of in between. It's from the Alcamo Valley, which is over there in the Marsala area. It's an old family, the Vesco family. It's an old winery, Cantina Rallo, that the Vesco family took over relatively recently. The Cantina Rallo has been making wine here since the 1860s, which is interesting because that's when the Risorgimento happened, and Italy was unified. You know, Garibaldi came over and whatever he did in Sicily, conquered or destabilized and went on to Naples and stuff. Anyway, it's interesting that this winery was founded during the Risorgimento. There's got to be some stories there, even if no one knows them anymore. I bet that was an interesting, exciting time. Anyway, so the Vesco family took over this winery recently, modernized the cellars, started like previously they had just made Marsala, probably bad Marsala at that, because most Marsala is bad. Anyway, so they started making wine, making cool stuff, or like, you know, like trying somehow. Eric Naru, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm sorry, Eric. Eric from Vino Diana was talking to Hootenanny, Summer Wolf from Hootenanny, and Eric also owns an import company in Britain and some natural wine bars, and so they cooked up this scheme to find like good, cool, organically farmed vineyards, other places in Italy, and facilitate, create like drinkable, accessible day-to-day organic wines that would be affordably priced. So that's what this is. So Cantina Rallo, the Vesco family, organically farmed Nero d'Avola, working with Eric, who I'm just going to omit his last name, from Vino Diana, to make this Nero d'Avola. It's organically farmed grapes, mostly fermented with native yeast, but I don't know if it happens in like one large giant tank or a couple of large tanks or something. They don't make a ton of it, I don't think, but anyway, they do like a pied de cuve, where they do like harvest a bunch of grapes, get those fermenting really going really well, and then do like the big harvest and add that to like kick off and like really get the fermentation going strongly and healthily. Sort of like having a sourdough starter for bread. So it's like sort of native yeast, but they're doing it like an extra step a little bit. And that does influence the yeast varieties, the families of yeast that are there doing the fermentation, because there are different families of yeast that are prevalent through different alcohol levels within the fermenting wine. Like the stages as wine ferments, there are different types of yeast that like get you through the different stages, kind of. And when you get into the later stages, there's a particular family that is just, why am I talking about this? It doesn't have to do with the wine. So Nero d'Avola from Western Sicily, and this retails for under 15. This is, I don't know, like $12, $13 a bottle. Smells very juicy. Classic Nero d'Avola, like blackberry, raspberry, black raspberry, berries and black. You put those words together in different combinations, and that's what this wine smells like. But it smells bright and fresh. It smells a little bit tomatoey. Like there's acidity, like there's freshness that I can smell here. It's not just jammy, which is awesome for Sicilian red wine. Like that's unusual, sort of, kind of. Like it sets us apart, because there's a lot of affordable, inexpensive Sicilian red wine that is just tired, that has had too much sun, that was harvested too late, and it's just like, ugh, ugh. Anyway, yeah, this is juicy, but it's got acidity and it's got some nice tannin too. It's medium bodied, but it's structured. It's 12.5% alcohol. It's not just jammy. I wouldn't really even call it jammy. It's a little bit peppery. It's kind of juicy, medium bodied, like fresh, vivid, like juicy, like fresh, like has acidity, like blackberry, black raspberry fruit. And it has like, how would I describe that? Respectable tannins on the finish. Like there are tannins here that are right in line with the body of the wine, with the weight of it and the fruit and everything. But like, I don't know. To me, I don't think of Nero d'Avola as like being a particularly like structured wine. Oftentimes it's a little bit like round and a little loose and stuff like that. But this is really nice and well put together. This is excellent, like sunny, juicy, friendly, interesting, well-made Sicilian red wine that's organic, that's cool, that's under $15 a bottle. This is so awesome. I am so glad that I have this in my portfolio, and I cannot wait to get the white, which is Colorado. That's going to be sick. Well, and now it's nice and warm and sunny out here. This is awesome. Thanks a lot. Have a great afternoon.